back to the channel. Today we've got some wrestling stuff for you. We're gonna do a video today on the cradle position. Yeah, so we take the best implements from judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu and mix it all together in the channel. Yeah, we're gonna use the cradle to fight some jiu-jitsu guys. And in the next video, we're gonna show you the reverse cradle and how it all combines together. Let's get to it. Oops. Okay, so first off, let's watch a little bit on the concept of the cradle. So in jiu-jitsu, one of the main concepts is that your partner usually wants to ball up. He wants to get his arms and his legs to defend himself, ball up, get AB. And that's usually where we're gonna find our cradles, reverse cradles, to catch his head and his legs. We're gonna do that from both sides. So you'll see cradles from more positions. We'll cover some entries today as well, but that's the general concept of what the cradle is. Let's look at the first one. We're gonna do an entry from a leg drag, just real basically, so you can get a perspective on how to enter into the cradle. Make a leg drag on a partner, boom, go to the side, and I wanna catch his side. And instead of catching his neck or his thigh, I wanna be all the way down into the crook of his knee and on the base of his skull. So if you can watch here, this is where my arm goes. I don't wanna be too high because then I'll lose his head, but if I'm on his neck, and I close the cradle here, yeah, and my partner goes to extend, especially Tom, because he's very strong. You can see his neck is the first thing that moves and breaks my grip. While if I'm on his skull, I have a tight S grip. He now tries to extend. Was it your neck? I hope that's on the mic. Yeah, you can even hear his neck pop. But there's so much pressure on his neck now. I'm high in his knee, cupping his skull and bringing it together, cradling him like a kid into this position. Now, mind you, it's a wrestling pin we're gonna use to enter into different positions and submissions. But the whole concept is grabbing behind the skull, making an S grip, rolling your fingers in, and being tight. My knee is like a pillow hole behind his back so he doesn't roll back. Now, from this position, we're just gonna do some basic stuff that you know from jiu-jitsu and how to get into different positions. It all depends on the reactions of my opponent. If he tries to extend with full force, and I feel like I'm losing the cradle, which you shouldn't, then I let go, boom, and I step into full mount because the way his leg is extending, that gives me the opportunity to go to full mount. If my partner tries to roll away from me towards his belly, which obviously isn't one of the wisest decisions he can make, and I'm stuck in the cradle, I will lose my position and I need to use my head to base out. So as soon as I feel him rolling away, he goes, I step over, and he either realizes what he's doing and we go back and go into full mount, or I work towards his back in the best case scenario. Now, one of my favorites. What do most jiu-jitsu people want to do in this situation? Besides vigorously extending or turning away, they want to get back to you. They want to turn towards you and play guard again. Yeah? Obviously, he doesn't want me to have his back. Obviously, we can switch here between grips, going for gift reps, going for kimura grips, pillow holds, getting back takes here, etc., etc. Yeah? Going for kimura grips to north, south. I don't have to explain to you guys all the stuff you can do if you have someone's back exposed. Yeah? We can work with the kimura grips, switch over, north, south, kimuras, arm bars, etc. But we're gonna assume that my partner's trying to turn back towards me in this basic cradle. Yeah? So as soon as he does that, we're gonna mix the cradle, which should be a pretty nasty position for your partner. Yeah, if he's here, look at Tom smiling to the camera. That's not a cradle. So I want to be high and I want to be here and you can hear, this is what you want to have your partner, yeah? And I don't mind overextending because as soon as we go that way, I base out with my foot and I keep control here. Now, as soon as he turns back into me, we're going to mix the cradle, which is a nasty position, with another very tight position called knee on belly. And we're going to call it knee on cradle, yeah? So watch this. I have my cradle, he starts turning back into me and I keep the cradle and I pop my knee on belly and I lift him. So how does it feel? It's a pretty tight position. Now from here, I walk him up using my right foot, get behind him, and go for his back. Yeah? Usually it'll look a bit like this. So make the leg drag. Anytime we're in side control, anytime we make a takedown where my opponent lands on his side, yeah? We're gonna show you one in a second. On the side, we're gonna take the basic cradle. We're gonna try and work towards kimura grips, go to his back, but my opponent tries turning back into me. We're gonna pop up with the knee on belly and lift him up. Yeah? If he tries to go back to the mat, he's stuck. I have a base here. I walk him up, sit behind him, throw my legs over, and work towards his back and start attacking from there. Okay, so mixing the cradle with some basic back takes, some basic full mount takes. Yeah, that's the basic positional concept on the cradle from the backside. Now just quickly with whatever takedown, yeah. If he lands on his side, for example, like we did today, boom, we step out, we throw my opponent off, boom, and he goes to his side. Now, this is one of those moments where I can always go for a cradle. So it's there from leg drags, it's there from side control, it's there from gift reps and pillow holds, yeah? As soon as he brings his legs in, that's why I go for my cradle. High skull, high in the knee, keeping my knee behind his back and keep control. And I want my opponent to suffer here and make mistakes. Okay, so there you have it, guys. The normal cradle position. Yeah, just conceptual, just positional, not too many submissions yet, not too much fun stuff. If you want to mix it with, for example, north-south, check out our north-south videos, etc. Next week, we're going to show the reverse cradle and how it's all combined together. Peace.